Hey y'all, I'm your host, Aaron Smith of the Offshore Marine Service Association. Each Friday, I'll bring you the Offshore Briefing, a quick rundown of the week's notable developments, updates, and news you need to know in the offshore space. Whether you're on deck or at your desk, we're glad you're here. Welcome everyone to another episode of Maritime in America, the Offshore Briefing. I am your host, Aaron Smith, President and CEO of the Offshore Marine Service Association. And with me, I have Ashley Smith and Angel Johnson. How are y'all doing?
Good. Did everyone miss us last week?
I know. So sorry we did not. We were at a golf tournament.
Yes, the past few days have been very, very busy.
Yes. So we just got back. I got back today, Thursday when we record.
I got back this morning at 1 a.m.
Yeah, Ashley got back also Thursday, but wrong side of midnight Thursday. Angel, when did you get back? Did you get back yesterday evening?
Yeah, I got back Wednesday night. It was very, very tiring travel day. It was a lot of waiting. Even when I was trying to be productive, it was still just a lot of waiting. But yeah, I made it back safely.
Well, good. Glad you made it back safe. So, man, we all came back from the OMSA DC roundtable and crawfish boil, and it was such a productive, uplifting.
And outside of that, we had our board meeting, which was awesome because we haven't been able to do that the past few years. But we had so many board members there that we held our board meeting together, and we met with the Coast Guard for the OMSA Coast Guard partnership meeting.
OMSA Coast Guard Quality Partnership,
which was
great meeting.
Yes, I walked away feeling actually like hopeful and heard. And made some friends along the way.
Yeah.
Shout out Allie Denning.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
it was a very productive meeting.
Yeah. Captain Tex Comfort just really is leading a great team. Yes, exactly.
All around. Just the way he holds himself, his conversation. He does, and you can tell when you talk to him, he doesn't necessarily agree with what you're saying, but he's listening.
Yes. And
he states his fact, but also is like, let's see what else we can do, or how
trying to find a solution that works for both sides.
Withholding his point though, which I always say that I'm the outside person looking in. I don't know why I keep calling myself that, but I am, because I don't, as much as I deal with, the security plan and all that, the other regulatory issues aren't my wheelhouse. I'm the membership and meetings person. So as the outsider looking in, and I can see his point of view in some things. Like, no, this is how we've always done it. But I see our point very much like, no, you're totally taking this out of context. I found him to be very amenable to listening to both sides. So it's just really cool.
No, that was a very productive meeting and a very good meeting. He and the whole marine safety team did just a great job.
Yeah.
So,
and to piggyback on that, the day before, we saw him as well there because he came with Vice Commandant Admiral Tom Allen, who also was just an absolute joy.
Yes.
I met him outside. We went up in the elevator together, which took forever, even though it was 2 floors. But he spoke he spoke to our group, and again, it was 15 people, board members, OMSA members, just a very.
And I love that size too. I don't want it to.
I don't either. I'm always like
50. I don't.
Conference. I don't. I think I want to max that at 65 moving forward. Like, there's a reason we call it a round table, because it was the people that are making the decisions were in the room, and we had some. I mean, Admiral Allen was just standing across from you asking you a question. Like, that's how intimate and amazing it was.
It was. You're right.
And all questions were on the table. Like, he was there for you. Like, it was great. It was cool.
It took probably a dozen questions.
Yeah.
Which
you can't do that in a big audience.
No. And like you said, because we had so many board members, so many C-suite level people from all of our member companies, from our board of directors that were there engaged.
Which I so appreciate.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you to everyone who took time out. And I mean, look, now is the time we need it most, right? With everything going on. Saw on Wednesday, Senator Cassidy did a floor speech on the Senate floor against the Jones Act. Great. Thank you. He was at the boil. It was great to see him after doing that.
So was his staffer. He did
Yes.
not bring his son, and I was very
I
disappointed.
know. Yeah, Mark Malone, you gotta bring Major. That's the rule. That's always been the rule.
Yeah,
I don't know how you
I
violate.
know, I
Yeah.
know, so rude.
No, but kudos to Senator Cassidy for, of course, for coming, but more importantly, for standing up for the Jones Act. I also got to, I guess that was Tuesday, sorry. Wednesday, I got to meet with Senator Mark Kelly, and that was amazing. Senator Mark Kelly from Arizona, head of the Ships Act. We took 4 companies in, all of which who have lost its work in the United States to foreign flag vessels. And to show the point that while there is a Jones Act waiver on fuel supplies right now, there have been Jones Act waivers since 1976 that are called letter rulings, horribly affect our industry. And we had 4 great examples of that for the senator, and he was very engaged. No idea that was happening, and wanted to find solutions. He was really, and
And his legislative director,
yep, the day
Joe
before,
Russell, came the day before to talk about the Ships Act, and, and just he also is a phenomenal human being and just kind and sweet.
yeah.
And he had a doppelganger at the Crawfish Bowl because I went up to him to talk to him,
Oh
and I realized
no,
it wasn't him. And that was really interesting just to hear directly from him. I mean, he's the one that helped write it all and
yes,
do everything, so that was really cool. But everybody was great. I'm not saying this individual is better than the other, but it was super, super fascinating with Zach Williams.
yes. Zach Williams, Bloomberg reporter, the transportation reporter for Bloomberg on
Just
the Hill.
listening, we as in OMSA members, the maritime industry at
Yeah,
large,
yeah,
we think we know what everyone else is thinking, if that makes sense,
no, exactly. Yes,
but we don't. Crystal clear from this Zach with Bloomberg. So it honestly was, we need to change the narrative, like, because we think we're saying it, but what we need to say,
it
but
is.
we're not.
It
Yeah.
is obvious that our message is not getting across at all
I-
because I think we are
And
broadcasting a
we,
message.
again, as OMSA staff, OMSA members, and the maritime at large, it's everyone.
Yeah,
So when we say we mean we as a collective, we need
yeah.
to,
Just
it was eye opening.
really thank you to Zach for coming
Yeah,
because that's just a great perspective and a good like check on oneself
correct.
to
I
see
mean, he
like
writes about the Jones Act. So, I
yeah,
mean, he's writing about us, good or bad.
and just his passion and interest in the issues
Mm.
was really refreshing and great to see that he is truly interested in transportation issues. That came across in everything he said.
Yeah.
I was
And
really
just a cool dude because he got shortened or called off because Admiral Allen was there, and we obviously had to, and
yeah,
we had a very short window with him, and
yep,
he kind of changed, they kind of came a little early. We had to cut that short, which
I know.
sucked. However, we're going to do it on the podcast. He's going to come
Yes,
back and we're going to finish that conversation for everyone because it
yes,
was just too cool.
it was. You're exactly right. Yeah, no need to have him on. It was so
And
nice.
Brett Manley talking about the election preview was cool. It's always great to hear about insiders talking about, what they see coming up and who we need to watch out for and how to get involved.
Yeah, let me just say, Brett, a lobbyist for us, he represents us in DC.
Building
Brett
government
Manley,
affairs.
Elevate Government Affairs. I've known Brett for a decade and a half, worked with him on the Hill, off the Hill, and now he represents us. And man, he spoke for 35 minutes, just off the cuff election information, every race, every district, redistricting, elections, partisan voting indexes for each member, just off the top of his head. Massive knowledge, really just a consummate professional. And look, we can't do what we do without Elevate Government Affairs. What they did in scheduling the meetings for us, all the great work that Ethan did for us in both setting up meetings and then all of the admin for the crawfish boil. Just really appreciate everything that Elevate
Yeah.
does for us.
And
Yeah.
to round out the round table,
Yeah.
pun intended, Robert Borka was cool.
Yeah, Robert Borka with DHS, Chief of Procurement for DHS. Essentially, I'm making up that title. That's not his official title, but gave a very interesting review of how Arctic Security Cutter and all unmanned vessels, how all of these things are working for procurement within DHS. Really, gave us a roadmap for how procurement is happening in real time. So that was cool. Angel, we've been just out my way. What you got?
Yeah, I wanted to jump in, but y'all kept going. To the point of our message not getting across. Another thing is our message not reaching everyone.
Yeah.
When I was going around taking pictures and videos at the crawfish boil, I was introducing a lot of staffers to the Jones Act,
Yep.
just letting them know like what it is specifically and how it's affecting or how the waiver is affecting the maritime industry. So that was good to like give some people some insight, and also Aaron, your speech also did that as well.
Well, I don't know about that, but thank you.
No, people were listening.
Well, good.
They
Good,
just
good,
were
good.
they were more interested in the crawfish.
Yes, exactly. As they should be. As they should be. Uh, well, and I was glad to see, it actually ties in. We had originally invited another Bloomberg reporter to come, and she couldn't come because she was on a reporting travel trip, and she reports about administration's efforts on shipbuilding. So I don't know where she is, but I can guess where she is because President Trump, as we know, is currently on a state visit in China. And, I really applaud Senators Tammy Baldwin and again, Mark Kelly of Arizona, and then Republican Tim Scott of South Carolina and Todd Young of Indiana. They sent a letter to the administration on Monday stating, don't trade away the United States shipbuilding industry to China to fulfill other promises, which I think is a very real threat and something we all need to be worried about here. That we spent the last year talking about what a threat Chinese shipbuilding is, and I think we can see this administration do a 180-degree turn on that and give in to some demands as negotiating chips for other industries. Getting China to buy more soybeans, I think that could be a problem. I think, what's going on, getting China to lean into Iran could cause a shipbuilding problem. So I applaud those senators for taking that step because I think it's very important there. And again, we talked about that with Joe when he was when roundtable.
Yeah.
And I'm also happy. I was waiting until all of the events were done because I didn't want to jinx anything, but everything went so smoothly. And that's kudos to Aaron and Ashley for, everything going so smoothly and scheduled correctly and
Well,
aligning right.
Kudos to all of us. And also,
yeah, I
I
think
think it went so smoothly because last year everything was so, excuse my French, fucking chaotic. And I am still scarred from it, have PTSD that it was like, bring it. Like what we could get through last year, we can get through anything.
I was a little worried when I got in because it was the weather was bad, so I was a little worried, but everything cleared up once it was time to go outside, so everything went smoothly.
no, it did. But hey, remember, our original plan was to have the crawfish boil on Wednesday.
And it
It was
stormed
pouring
Wednesday.
Wednesday
Yeah.
night. So hey, I love it.
And a shout out to Maisie, who took care of the household while we were gone. Can you say hi to everyone, Maisie? Hey, hey, good. And Maisie got her braces off.
Yeah. Maisie, who's usually mocked on the podcast.
I hear you.
Hi, Maisie.
Yeah. Hi.
All right. Well, great. Well, hey,
Before we get off next week, I have something we need to talk about. I just read an article. Waymo, those self-driving cars, is recalling its entire U.S. fleet of robo-taxis after one of the autonomous vehicles, not vessels, vehicles, was swept away when it drove straight into the floodwaters in San Antonio.
Those things are dangerous.
I saw one on a flatbed in DC getting towed away from something.
I
So
thought
I
they were
wonder
the
if that was
Google
part of that.
search. Yeah. So if you remember, I watch Hacks on HBO. If you're not watching it, you'll have to watch it. It's so funny. She gets mauled by one, and it's hilarious.
So we don't have too many of the autonomous ones here in New Orleans, but apparently
No, because no one can drive her to begin with.
Yeah, I've heard people in LA talking about it. It was on Amy Poehler's podcast. Apparently, everyone just cuts off Waymos and like treats it as if it's not even a car. Like just like screw you, car.
Like the DoorDash robots.
Yeah. So everyone's just
That's
like
sad.
horribly.
The DoorDash robots were so sad.
All right.
All right. Well, have a good one, everyone.
All right. Everyone be safe.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
That wraps up another episode of Maritime in America. We're proud to highlight the voices and stories that keep the American offshore industry strong. Thanks for spending a few minutes with us, and remember, the course ahead is shaped by those who step up and steer it. If you liked what you heard, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your crew. Tune in every Friday for your offshore briefing, and don't miss our next full episode, dropping soon with the very special guest's mariner's perspective. Catch you next time.